Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Iron Michael's Mind. Just want to talk to you today real quick about inspiration. I'm extremely pumped up and inspired right now because I just got back from St. Louis promoting the fight with Bellator, and I got the opportunity to work with some kids at Thoroughbred Wrestling Academy, and then the next day we went to Mizzou and I got to work out with the Mizzou guys, the current Mizzou wrestlers, and got to hang out with Coach Smith, Coach Johnston, Coach Mike Larson, all those guys that I went throughout college with and got inspired, and it reminded me where I came from. It reminded me of all the hard work that I went through between those four walls of that Mizzou weight room, between the four walls of that Mizzou wrestling room, how hard it was, how much it turned me into the man I am today, and that's what inspires me, reminding myself where I came from. Secondly, doing things for other people. The positive psychologist Sean Atcher said, the surest buffer against depression is altruism. Altruism is doing things for other people. There's no better thing, there's no better therapy in the world than altruism, doing things for other people. Continue to do things for other people, you're going to continue to be built up, you're going to continue to be inspired. So for me, it's working with younger kids into the sport of wrestling. I love the sport of wrestling. It has changed the course of my life. It has made me the man I am, and I know I wouldn't be the man I am today without the older guys and my mentors and my coaches, those guys that passed down the sport of wrestling to me, those guys that got me inspired, got me motivated, got me pumped up, and got me believing in myself. So we did a free wrestling clinic there in St. Louis at Thoroughbred Wrestling Academy, got an opportunity to work with 30 kids, just show them stuff, joke around with them, keeping it light, having a fun time, reminding them that they can do anything that they set their mind to, and that's really what motivates me. So that might not necessarily motivate you. What motivates you and the way that you tick is different than the way that I tick, possibly. So we want to go into the second most important thing about motivation and inspiration for me is being built up, continuing to be built up every single day and continuing your education. We got things here. We got Zig Ziglar's Blueprint for Success DVD. He calls Automobile University the act of, instead of listening to your hip hop music, instead of listening to your cool country music, instead of listening to music during your drive to the work, to work out, to do this, to do that, pop in an audio CD that's going to make you learn, that's going to make you recite certain things that are going to get you pumped up. Zig Ziglar is my favorite at doing that. I got a book here by Coach Wooden. It's called The 7 Principles That Shaped His Life and Will Change Yours. I'm reading this one right now, as well as reading Before Happiness by Sean Atcher. He's a positive psychologist. He's done decades of research about how the brain works, and he's debunking the teaching about and the myth of how society runs today. We're taught if you work hard and you get success, then you'll be happy. He debunks that with all of this research, saying if you're happy first, you work hard, but you do it with a happy attitude, you're going to have a much more likelihood of becoming successful if you do it while you're happy. So it's a very interesting take. He also has another book called The Positive Advantage that I'm going to read after this one. My favorite sports psychology book, How Champions Think by Dr. Bob Rotella. I picked this up at an airport strictly based on the title. Once I read the first chapter, I realized, holy cow, this guy is a sports psychologist for golfers. I hate the sport of golf. I'm horrible at the sport of golf. I just wasted, $12 or whatever it was. Turns out it's my favorite book of all time. The way that he talks about how these golfers go through every single stroke on the golf course. It's not about their physical appearance. It's not about their physical abilities. It's not about their raw talent. It's not even halfway. It's not even about how hard they work. It's about between their ears. It's about their confidence. It's about their I almost said pre-fight, because that's how I relate it to my life and my career, but their pre-shot routine. They have a routine they go through every single time, and I use that in my life now because now I have a pre-fight routine. What am I going to do for my warm-up? What am I going to be thinking about? What am I going to be visualizing? It goes a lot into depth about visualization. The last thing for me, I'm a Christian, the Bible, seeking God's face in through His Word is the number one way to get built up. And all this stuff are all great resources. Guys, it's 2015. You have so many more resources for continued education, for inspiration and motivation than your parents did, than their parents did, and your parents' parents did. And they were all successful. So many people have been successful. They used to have to go to the library. Remember when we used to have to go to the library? Yeah, that was cool. Now you can hop on YouTube, you can listen to audiobooks, you can hop on Amazon.com. They'll ship you this in 2 days. But these are a couple of my favorite resources. The bottom line, guys, is it doesn't matter what you are, who you are, where you're from, what you want to accomplish. There's inspiration all over the place. Go find it. Go find somebody that's smarter than you and hang out with them. Go find people that you know motivate you. I've made a living out of becoming the man I am by literally hanging out with people that are so much more successful than me, just hoping that one day I can get to their level. I appreciate you guys for taking the time to listen to this. This is Iron Michael's Mind. Make sure you check out michaelchandler.com for more resources. I appreciate you guys. Go have a great day. Go live inspired.